Hello, this is Carissa, your intuitive coach, and wanted to talk about doing big things and clearing some limiting beliefs as you start to move through that space. So, using myself as a case study, because I'm working on a project, an online course. Right now it's called Happy Money. So happy money attracts more money. And it's really cool because you can see all the limiting beliefs that are in there. The things that come up as you start to oh, I have something cool that I'd love to share that I think would be really amazing for people as they're starting their manifestation journey, and also, financial abundance, and what does a practical budget look like for somebody who's moving through that. So it's really practical and magical coming together. So for me, I'm oh, I want this to have just a big impact on the right people who it would be super helpful for. So right off the bat, I got imposter syndrome. I was oh my gosh, that's in there, right? Who am I to give people manifester budgeting? And I was well, that's kind of silly because I have almost 20 years of budgeting experience. 13 as literally a budget counselor who taught hundreds of people how to budget, and I developed a system that's super easy, and that's what I used to teach people. But here I am going oh, I'm not I don't know, big enough to consider myself somebody to throw myself in that space. So imposter syndrome definitely came up, which I thought that was okay, that's actually okay to kind of clear. But I can also feel the limiting beliefs of the people around me of, what I'm capable of feels it's coming up. So what others think that I'm capable of, and I feel I'm in resistance. But I don't even know if that's true. But it's coming up. So it doesn't matter if I don't know if it's true or not. It's just something that needs to get cleared. So, even if my people had a limitation on what they think I'm capable of, I don't have to stick to what they think I'm capable of. Right? So even if that's not the case, I'm still showing up with this in my field. I can feel it energetically. Yeah, there's something in there. We're gonna have to take a look at this. So, not letting what you think the people around you think you're capable of. So, right, I can do whatever I want to do. I can be as big as I want to be, or I can create something that's amazing. And the first round might not be super pretty. That's okay. We're gonna make it blossom. We're gonna get her done. We're gonna experience new skills, and we're gonna get it done. And then from there, we can always go back and re-record it. So that's what we're working with. And then I'm well, I want this to have an impact. If this is something that's helpful, and I do think it is, then I want this to be helpful to as many people as possible. So, am I giving it the energetic space to be big? Well, in order for it to be big, I have to feel comfortable being seen in that way. So definitely some limiting beliefs in there of like, what if I made this amazing course and all of a sudden I was able to have $1 million impact? Like, let's say somebody really like, it had a $1 million impact on the world. Like, wow, that'd be really cool. So, how do I show up as somebody who does that? And then, like, what if that really did happen? And then I'm able to talk about the fears and limitations that I'm talking about right now that helped me build that. So what if this is what needs to, like, be here for? And then from there, it's energetically imprinted with like, yeah, that'd be really cool if that did happen. Like, I'd be okay with that. I'll go ahead and make that with the intention of that. Oh, we have to put a hat on. Sorry, guys, it's cold. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, that's a little better in my ears. So, how do we energetically imprint this to be a match to have an impact on, say 25,000 people, 25,000 households? So what if I could create something that had an impact on 25,000? So, right, so I said I want like $1 million impact, and I sell my course for $37. I did the math earlier. I think it's, in order to get the numbers to work, it would be like 27,000. So, maybe we should just up that to 30. So, how could I show up as a creator in a body, as somebody who creates something that energetically can have $1 million impact? And that's going through this happy money course, like how to practically pay your bills and use everything as a container in which future income comes through. Like, oh my gosh, my brain gets excited about it just thinking about it. Like, that's so cool. So just going through like that thought process of maybe that could be something is so cool. Hello, how's it going? Good day for a walk. Oh, here's the waterfalls. Okay, super cool. So, like, how do we like energetically create something with that and then move through the limiting beliefs? So energetically we would want this to be what's the words that we could use? Hold on, let me pause. Crossing a creek. Oh, maybe we're okay. Is this where people are crossing? Oh, further over here, I think, is where we're crossing. Right, so I want this to be magnetic. Just magnetic to like the soul client. So creating something from the intentions of it being magnetic. Like, that's pretty cool. Okay, so magnetic. And also wanted to have the message of like love, like your budget isn't a place to torture yourself. So having the tone of like love, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Like having that tone to it, right? And it finding the right people and it being super helpful. Sorry, just trying to find a path, guys. We're gonna have to bushwhack it. There we go. Okay. Not quite seeing a good place to cross yet, but we'll figure it out as we get down. Okay. So, Right, that would be a really cool imprint of love. Like it just like radiates love. So creating a course, a practical course that also just radiates love. Oh, we're crossing a stream. Wish me good luck. Oh, yeah, that's not bad. It's really pretty. Slippery as fuck. Very pretty. Crossing the stream. This time we had our muck boots on. Last time we didn't, so I'm getting her done. Not quite sure. I think we'll go this way. Okay, so how do we imprint it with that? Oh, so I'm gonna have to spend some time putting some blessing balls around it with the energetic tones of like love, impact, like helpfulness, like, right, like what does that look like? And magnetic to the people that it would be helpful for, and like it to be of service, it to continue to be a beacon of light, to help seekers. So I don't know, 30,000 people? Like, how do you create something for 30,000 people, like it being impactful, like or bigger? Totally. Oh, I should include that in my wordings. How do we have that or bigger? Oh, I need to get down one. I see. Oh, this is so cool. How did they cross and how did I cross? Interesting. So, I think I can go down here. Cool. So, how does one energetically imprint that in that? So, spending a lot of time, well, I shouldn't say spending a lot of time because that puts a limitation on it. We're trying not to work with time as much. So, how do we put a blessing ball around, something, a thing we're calling in, a big thing, like this is like a juicy passion project that could, like, you never know, could have 30,000 viewers, could have 30,000 participants, could have like $1 million impact on the world, and it'd be helpful, beacon of light. So having that energetic imprint of that on it seemed like something that would be really cool. Definitely something that I'm working towards calling in, right? So may the Happy Money course be filled with just so much magnetism and like vibrationally attracting and connecting in with all the right people, that this is really, could have an impact and a positive, if we can have more like people on the path and they become more financially abundant, and then that's also what they're calling in, it's just going to have such an impact on society. So, why not this be another tool? And then how do I be a channeler for greater? Like, how could it be really like twinkly and special and like helpful and impactful and a beacon of light? So, getting that encoded and embedded in the transmissions as I'm, creating the course and as I'm teaching the course, and, what could I do to have it done in a way that's just boop, like super quick, and then the removal of all the resistance so that it just feels like I'm just going to fetch the newspaper. Like, it's just, I made this decision. I'm going to make, this Happy Money online course for, it's money for the manifestors, or doing money the manifestor way. Right? So, like, it feels good. Like, manifestors and happy money. Like, yeah, I want some of that. How do I pay my bills with joy? How do I call in, like, some amazing bigness and just continue to, like, impact the world to the bigger you can be abundantly, the bigger impact you can have on the world. Like, you could help so many charities and societies, and just, you could be so impactful. And for me, like, why can't I do that in a way in which I love? Like, these are things I love doing, like figuring out the limiting beliefs, showing my work so that, like, I felt like as I was going through my upgrades, like, I didn't have anybody that was just a couple steps ahead of me that, like, oh, here's all, like, the normal human limiting beliefs that'll pop up as you're, like, going through and learning to be all this ooey gooey goodness at the top of the levels of consciousness chart, right? Like, divine grace, great void, just total peace and harmony. It feels so good. So calling that into this container, and maybe this container can help do the same for other people. That would just be so amazing. I feel like so helpful, so like shining light, opening up all those limiting beliefs. So I have a limiting belief about how I show up and being seen as like polished and somebody to look up to, and like that feels like weird and unnatural, but at the same point it's like, well, I think that's just like my human, just being human, right? But what if I can just fully connect into the amazingness that's out there, like this infinite possibilities? How do I start the copy-paste cycle of something like huge and big and amazingness, right? Like, where do you get this started from? And then the limiting beliefs will creep up of like, well, you personally don't know anybody who's created a course. Oh, like that feels like such a, like, yeah. But then, for me, I just went out and bought somebody's course on how to create a course. So I was like, okay, well, I guess that's a problem solved. But again, like, feels like, okay, and she's saying, like, don't even worry about the money and the customers, just build it in, build your soul on clients, like who they are from the get-go. And she's like walking through all this stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, I actually think I can do this. So like, okay, I don't have any examples. Now I, buy a course, I have an examples. She makes it look really fucking easy. Like, okay, now what limiting beliefs are gonna show up? And so like, as I start to like, talk about this within my world, then, I feel like, and it's probably me, and it most likely has nothing to do with anybody within my sphere of influence, but, it just feels like energetic imprints of what they feel that I'm capable of, like the me of right now. So like the me of right now versus like if I was to just like the me of the future, right? The me of unlimited beliefs, the me that nobody else is, getting to see because I'm not showing up, but also they're not in my brain, right? Like that me, I feel like is just so like, yeah, it could handle that if, it can handle so much bigger than the imprints of the people around me. So, like, and vibrationally, I just happen to be able to feel it because it's part of what I do. But like, I want to make sure that that doesn't get imprinted into what I'm creating. Like the thing that I'm creating, I want it to be so helpful and so impactful for the right people. Like, it helps them, light workers, go out and create containers in which to be bigger, abundant manifestors. So like, okay, like why wouldn't you then build out this course because you know how to do something and you should probably share it? And again, like, okay, what limiting belief comes up? Okay, like, am I capable of making something like as polished and cute and pretty and blah 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 blah, like pulled together? Or am I like putting a label on it that is what it needs to be? You know, am I holding myself back from even doing my first attempt because I don't feel like I could be polished enough to put myself out there enough, right? So like that definitely is a limiting belief. So I guess like, okay, fine, working with the human brain for a minute, what would help me feel polished? Well, it'd probably be like rehearsing it a little bit, feeling comfortable, being in a good energetic mood right before, so just making sure the tones and everything come through. So being both professional and sitting and being within like the energetics of all the stuff we talked about, like that's going to be such a cool imprinting of it, like trying to get that, I shouldn't say trying, let's pick different words, energetically imprinting that within my communication and how I show up in my energy so that it attracts the right people. So, you know, putting on the right energy, having it have the right energetic tones so that it calls it in, and feeling polished, right? So for me, I think definitely the feeling polished is like what's tripping my brain up. So feeling polished is in like the difference between showing up on camera in just whatever we need to wear to get out of the house to record some videos, because who the hell cares? As in like I'm walking outside and it's lovely and beautiful and I'm able to channel in, tap into something. Like, I highly doubt people care what I'm wearing. So, you know, what would it take for me to feel polished? And actually the interviewer, or the course that I took to learn how to make a course, she said a lot about not even showing up on camera. Like besides like a couple like little things, or unless you have to. It's like, oh, that feels a little weird because I normally do go on camera. But at the same point, like, she's saying not to. I'm giving myself a limiting belief of being like not showing up polished, share worthy, not being taken seriously. Maybe could be a little bit of that too. That's part of the blonde, right? Like being taken seriously. Like, oh, here's this goofy girl who's teaching budgeting, versus like, oh, here's the woman who's been within the financial arena for 17 years and who's created some amazing shit, including real estate and hard money lending and tropical Airbnb, land in New Hampshire, profitable rental properties that I rehabbed, that like I was the main person who was updating these apartments. Like, why, you know, that person, that person like can teach a course, especially since that's what I did for a living for 13 years, was to teach people how to budget, how to handle credit cards, how to start getting ready for a mortgage. Oh wait, now helping them with mortgage. So like, yeah, I guess we're okay with credibility, polishedness. Maybe we just don't care as much about. And if people, you know, don't want to be taught by, you know, somebody that they feel like is coming off like a dumb blonde, well then it's not for them, right? Maybe that's kind of a limiting belief I have in there. Like, who would listen? Sorry, I'm walking at a good pace. Like, who would listen to that blonde? Like, who is she? So that definitely feels like then it feels like if I like overly state my credentials, then I'm just energetically matching well, who is she? You know, matching it back with, well, you know, here's why. Versus like, just showing up saying what I've done and teaching it like a badass, like I can do this in my sleep, and energetically showing up is like still fun, like this is happy money, like still showing up. So while I'm making money, while I'm working on a project to make money, I'm gonna enjoy it. So like for me, this is my happy money, right? Like I'm making money and I get to be happy, and in turn, like, but I'm also just happy with money. I love using money. I love letting it feel appreciated and useful and a provider, and not layering in like bullshitty stuff. Oh, the bullshitty stuff, right? So all the bullshitty stuff. So the second part of it, like the first part was going to be like how to make a budget. It's actually relatively easy, especially with the method that I teach. I think it's stupid easy, as in like you can get it done in less than 5 minutes per pay cycle. Okay, so that's the easy part. The other part is dealing with all the other stuff that comes up while you're becoming a manifestor, but also within the container of like practicality. So, bridging those two and like connecting them together. So building out containers in which money could show up in your life. Moving through the limiting beliefs of why you're not an energetic match to abundance, right? Like abundance and millions and like a multi-millionaire. Well, what comes up? Like, oh, it's going to be extra hard. Like I'm going to have a lot of responsibility. Let's pay a lot of taxes. I'm gonna squander it all, or people are going to take advantage of me, or I somehow got this money in a way that like is not favorable to other people, like a swindler or something. I don't know, something like that. So those are blocks of like generational, like what your parents would have taught you, right? So that's a huge limitation. So even as I'm saying like, oh, I want to have $1 million impact, why don't I want to have a multi-million-dollar impact? If I think of what I'm creating could have such a positive impact on so many different people, so many different ways. So, I guess I'm putting that limitation on it. And then, I gotta show up even more polished. But that's okay. Like, that's an interesting limiting belief that's just there. So, like, what would it take to be comfortable living a life of luxury when, it's a little different, maybe? What would feel comfortable of, knowing that if I had tons and tons of money, I wouldn't squander it all? How could I show up so that if I just had tons and tons and tons and tons of money, I don't have this belief that somebody's going to try to take it from me, like getting swindled or some type of like pyramid-y something, I don't know, right? So like, how do you remove that energetic block? Like, how would it have to show up to, like, if I was a multi-millionaire, that it would feel like lovely and the money would feel like useful and helpful and could spread joy to myself and others and provide people with opportunities to learn how to fish, rather than just handing out fish, right? Like, oh, okay, that sounds helpful, right? So, okay, so just kind of putting that out there, universe. Hey, universe, how do you feel about having a multi-million-dollar impact on people so we can have the seekers and the light workers out there being able to really vote with their dollars and have impact and hire people, and those people were able to then like run for political jobs because, you know, let's say they were financially secure, so they just did it to give back to their community. Like, what if those people showed up and helped us work with our government, right? Like, that'd be kind of cool. So like, you know, hey universe, right? Like, how can I teach a course? You know, how can I be the deliverer of a course in which all that is accessible and all that's going to helpful? What if I help somebody become a conscious millionaire, right? That'd be a really cool impact on the world. Like, then you got the limiting belief of like, who am I to teach somebody, and then they end up being a multi-millionaire. Like, but that's such a weird, like, yeah, I can teach anybody, you know, how to budget, and then how to build out containers, and how to be energetic matches to what they're calling in. So such like an interesting little like higher self, ego-y human mind fuck. But that's why we go through this process, removing the limiting beliefs, getting rid of the energetic pulls that we get from labels, like labels of how we show up, the energetic pulls of generationally downloaded just bleh, right? Like, how do we start removing that, and authority figures, and like what society thinks is acceptable, right? Like the normals. Yeah. You know, how do you just start showing up? And there's going to be some people who aren't going to love it. You know, but what if all these beautiful, heart wide open people were now had a better budgeting system and a monetary system and started building out containers? Those are the people I want in my community. Those are the people I want around me. Right? Conscious millionaires. Oh, this is kind of cool. I don't really know where I am though. So, this will be interesting. Seems like we're going further than... there's a buck and a doe. Oh, $2. Turn it, see if you can see it. Oh, I think we had $2 and a doe, which is an interesting combo. But rock on. Yeah, so, right, like what if I just was like, I'll just show up as my awesome, amazing self, create the best, most helpful system that I can, and let it be an energetic match to all the good people out there who would, you know, benefit from it, and then continue on to create this magnificent energetic that could be out there, and it's so lovely, like conscious millionaires. Oh, like what if this was like, oh, this was the course I started with while I was on my money journey. It was so practical and useful. I continued with all of her courses, and boop, happened to just turn into a conscious millionaire. Like, that'd be a really cool review. So it's actually one of the things that I love to do is write reviews for the stuff I'm building out. This is why my customers loved it. Like, this was so helpful. This is, you know, the missing piece of the puzzle. Like, hearing what somebody else's mind chatter is saying, like, while in it, while doing cool things. Like, that's super helpful. So, why can't we have a multi-million dollar course that just, you know, drop the limiting belief about I can't create something polished, drop the limiting belief that it matters if it's polished, right? So drop all those and continue to be a perfect energetic match so the people who it's meant to serve can find it. So how could I show up for that? How could I be a beacon of light for that? Like, yeah, like that feels really cool. Like, how do I create my stuff so that it's just so easy and so simple? Like, you'll just be like, oh my God, how does the world not know about this? Right? Like, stupid easy, stupid simple budgeting for anybody. But really, it's for manifestors, because of course we're going to be working through some limiting beliefs. Right, so like limiting beliefs in income, limiting beliefs on expenses, limiting beliefs of how to make income, limiting beliefs of not being able to find the right people to help you versus, the path be fun and easy and creative and like, ooh, I can't believe I get paid for this. Ooh, I can't believe I get to like make my own schedule. Ooh, I can't believe I get like total freedom of time and location and like, oh my God, like, sign me up for that. Like, I can't believe that. But to a place where, where you want it to feel like you're just going out to get the newspaper. So you want it to feel like it's just normal. You don't want it to have the energetic heaviness of like, not possible. And so for me, like, that's why this is so important of going through, clearing out those limiting beliefs, because, right, I'm going to be starting creating the content. Well, I shouldn't say creating. It's definitely not creating, but reworking content to match how, quote unquote, this lady is saying to do it. I feel like if I try to make it my own and, like, do it my way, that it's not going to be as impactful, because I don't know what I'm doing. It's my first time. So, like, what would it take for me to just follow the fucking directions? Do what she's saying to do. Like, somebody came on one of the videos and was like, but I'm scared about replacing my money. I'm doing this and I want to do this more. Like, it's one of her coaching calls or whatever. And I'm scared that I won't make the money. And she's literally like, you're gonna make the money. Your soul is literally like kicking you to go do this. What's the problem? The problem is you're coding it with, I don't know if I can make the same amount of money. So she was a doctor or something. I mean, yeah, same amount of money. I don't know what she makes, but like, yeah, why can't we code in from the get-go? Like, oh, yeah. Whatever dollar amount feels right. I just think of it more like this project having $1 million impact. And then I am calling in, just getting paid lavishly to be me. Like, I don't have a certain dollar amount specifically, other than like, I'm just getting paid lavishly to be me. And I'm gonna have fun. And whatever that looks like, let it be 20 grand a month. Let it be 50 grand a month. Let it be, like, energetically very okay with those. Those feel really good. That for me is like just going to walk and get the newspaper. I'm not like energetically hung up on the possibility of that working. So I feel like that's good. But definitely still some like money. Like, oh, I'm going to make this and I want to make this dollar amount of money per month. That like, I don't know, there's something there for me within that, but I don't know what it is fully. So, see if we can kind of lean into that. So, right, so how do I call in getting paid lavishly for being me and using this course to do it? Like, oh, here's what it is. It feels too easy. It feels too easy. Feels like, oh, I'm just gonna spend, this weekend banging out a course and I'm gonna make multi-millions of dollars, maybe, and it feels too easy. Okay, well, like going to get the newspaper, like, so my human's gonna try to put some blocks in. I keep, like, here we are, going through and reviewing those blocks. So, right, like, how could I show up that it just like is easy? it's easy and fun for me to create it, and it just has this energetic tone of like being a magnet for the people that it could have the biggest impact on, and the conscious millionaires that potentially could come through this. And then that like has an energetic imprint on the world, because they're then showing up in the marketplace and using their money to make the world better. And then what if they became part of like the political realm, and then they were helping create laws that again made the world better. So yeah, I think I'm down with that. I think I could do that. Right? So like I think I'm good for the easy plan too. Right? Like just boop, easy. So yeah, sign me up for the easy plan. Just do this, download this. And I think that like the course that I picked and the lady, she's so just like I think she is the perfect match for what I needed to make sure that I actually follow through with it. So that is good. Like I really think that I'll give myself the opportunity to create this and have it be exactly what the world needs. So, let it be. Oh, I didn't go this way. I think we went this way. Yeah, this way. So, right? So it is. Right? How can I do it? Like, it's already done. The decision's already been made. I'm just gonna go walk and grab the newspaper. Just no extra energy. Just a neutral. Yeah. Right? Like, just neutral. Not swinging the pendulum. Not being overly yippy giddy as far as like almost that anxiety, like over positive, with like the tone of like covering up anxiety or fears. So just like a neutral, like limiting beliefs gone, not overly excited as far as like just going to pick up the newspaper, like just having fun, like smile and dance to go get the newspaper. Like I can have fun creating something like this, and I could also let it be easy. Like how could I let myself let it be easy and for it to all come together in divine timing, and just like it connecting, like all the people involved in creating it, all the computer systems involved in creating it, like everybody who's touching it. What if I just like sent them a big old blessing ball of like, yeah, what can we do so that it has, like, you think about this project and you get like, ooh, like I'm kind of excited about this. What is this? But like not overly excited, but like excited, like, yeah, I'll buy this. Yeah, I'll check it out, see what she's all about, right? Like, how can we code it for like, so when somebody thinks about the course, Happy Money course, they like want to buy it and they want to execute. Oh, execution. That should be a part of the energetic tone too. Execution. So the tone of like, you can do it. Like, don't overthink it. Right? All the limiting beliefs, kind of do like a channeled limiting belief session for anybody who needs it. Clear it out. Like, how do I have to show up so this is easy? How do I have to show up so that my frustration doesn't fry the computer? How can I show up that all the right programs and all the right people to help me, like, before I even need them, they just show up, like, boop, they're just there. Everything just lined up perfectly. It was so weird. As soon as from the moment that I saw the ad for this course, everything just lined up perfectly, says one purchaser. It was like the energetic green lights all just turned green. Everything just green lights everywhere. Ah, how can we be an energetic match for that? Right? Like, everybody who sees it is like, oh yeah, green light. And then everybody who actually like does it, watches it, green light. And then everybody who like goes to do it, like green light. Like, what if we can energetically imprint in it that it remove all the limiting beliefs of the people watching? So may all the people watching just get a big burst of like, I can do it energy. This is for me. Oh my God, I'm going to implement this right away. This is exactly what I needed. This was that missing thing. It's all going to come together and click in. Like, ever since I did her course, I just green lights everywhere. You know, energetic, like, wow, all my limiting beliefs about, you know, what I have to do with my life and how I have to show up and other people and blah, 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 blah. All gone. You know, I took her course and I just became an energetic match for multi-millions, and I had multi-million-dollar impact. I'm continuing to work with, you know, the seekers and the light workers and the healers and like, oh, just spreading the vibration, you know, right? Like, you gotta start somewhere. You start with yourself, right? Buddha, be that which you would like to see in the world, right? Like, how can we energetically kind of put that in to the course, right? So like, you can do it. It's super easy. What would it take that everything just show up perfectly and just lined up, right? So like, energetically imprinting that into it. And then one part of me is like, oh my gosh, society, like, your regular normals are going to be like, what the fuck is this? And then, you know, you start to feel like heavy or shrunk down, like almost embarrassed about it. But that doesn't feel good either. You can tell there's a ripple in there, but it's not a strong ripple. So, like, how about the people, the normals, wouldn't even like be connected to it, wouldn't even like see advertisement for it, would never even like who cares, right? And what would it take? So this was specifically crafted for those right people, and so within the language and the marketing, the people who would leave the bad reviews and not be the right connection for it, you know, what can we do to make sure that that just doesn't come in? So it's just energetically coded for the right people, right? So, you know, the people who think things are hard, but are also of like a vibrationally, like, we want more of them in the world. Like, you know, how can we have them show up to this course and move through this course to ensure that they complete it, so they can start, you know, feeling really comfortable and confident within their finances, and then calling in more, and then being an abundant match, and right? Like, we just want this tuned in for the right people. And so, you know, I shouldn't say hopefully, what can we do to be an energetic match to like the perfect wording in the marketing to call in the right people that this is supposed to be connected with? So making sure people know, like, this is for manifestors. Like, this is for people of this language, you know. So maybe we have to use some of that language that offends the norms, like the calling in and the fluffy stuff, you know, that, you know, I should consider changing up that language too, because I feel like it does feel a little judgmental. So, you know, but what can we do so that the people that it's not a match with, you know, don't come across it, don't buy it, just don't have anything to do with it, so that, you know, it's coded in a way that maybe their significant other is of this, And maybe the other person within the relationship is not of this vibration, right? So we see energetic mismatches within relationships often, different vibrational levels coming together. So, how can this call in the person it's supposed to call in? And if they have a spouse that isn't of the same level of consciousness, that isn't the right connection, how do we, have them be comfortable with the person who purchased it and is going to be doing it? Like, because you want everybody to feel comfortable. Like, I don't want anybody to not buy it because they think their spouse is going to pick on them. So, that's interesting. All right, so that feels like a customer, energetic block of having a significant other that wouldn't agree with the purchase of something like this, right? So, interesting. What is that? Energetic block of that. Right, so making sure that it's colored in properly, but it has the energetic tones of only being like connected with and wanted to be purchased by people of what we're looking to do. So, and I feel like what I have so far is actually good. Like, happy money. Hey babe, I spent $37, $40 on part 1 of Happy Money budgeting course. Like, I don't know, I guess any spouse who wanted to like naysay about that, like, I don't know, they're just gonna roll their eyes perhaps, or like, who doesn't want a happy money? Like, I don't know. There's something there. I can tell that there's like a customer resistance. I just can't quite pick up, like, why would your spouse care, your significant other care, if you were purchasing a course about happy money? But yeah, I don't know, maybe that's my limiting belief. But for some reason I'm envisioning that the people who are going to be buying it are more of a single nature, which is interesting. I don't know why I have that belief, but definitely opening it up, open to this being an energetic match to couples too. Just for some reason it feels like it'll have the audience of a single person, but let's expand it out. So having extra sections for couples, I think, is going to be helpful, because that's obviously a different ballgame. You're dealing with a human. You're dealing with other human emotions and other human baggages, like, let alone your baggage. Now you also have to deal with somebody else's baggage. Perfectly taps into my thoughts on parenting. Or even just being in a relationship, having to deal with somebody else's baggage in like a lovely, like, okay, let's talk about your childhood. That kind of way, I guess. So, yeah, like energetically imprinting it with being magnetic, being a vibration that, like, the person who does it just hits green light after green light. Like, this was exactly what they needed. Like, this was it. So let this be an energetic imprint of, like, yes, this was it. This is what we're calling in. This is what we're doing. Like, and from a neutral place, but also having that vibration within it. So I should rephrase that. A neutral place is an I'm neutral. So I'm neutral as far as I'm not overly excited, and that it'll have that tone of, like, excited, yes, but like a tone of, like, overly excited in a way that would be like trying to mask something. So like more of like a neutrally positive energy, so that the person taking the course, that they do everything. So an energetic match that they buy it, an energetic match that they love all the lessons, they connect, and what I'm saying just really resonates, and that they do it. And then how can it be so that when they do it, it's just as easy, like just boop, 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 oh, like, oh, this is so easy, boop, boop, like, oh my god, I bought this course, and the implementation of it was easy. It was like she somehow imprinted it with codes of, let this be easy for the customer to implement and do and manifest millions. Let me try that again. Let this be easy for the customer to buy, do, implement, and call in millions, right? Like all those stages. What would that take? Like, oh, right? Like code the program with like, just drops out the limiting beliefs. Like, oh, you showed up to the course with limiting beliefs, you watched this video, and all of a sudden you felt like you could just do it, and then all the green lights happened, and everything just lined up perfectly so that you were able to implement it in no time. And then all of a sudden, you know, start making millions. Why not? There's something going on here. I don't know what this is all about. I'm trying to look up, but let's see. Oh, it's moss. I was thinking it was something else, like old wood shavings or something. So, yeah, let this imprint that energy, right? Like all the limiting beliefs that are going to pop up for somebody about why they can't or shouldn't, just, it's encoded with, yes, just do it, make it happen, and just connect with everything and everybody and every place that just allows it to come in, and allow more seekers to feel comfortable and confident in their budgeting and manifestation, so that like they take this part one and it just like, whoop, like, oh my god, all of a sudden I became a conscious millionaire. Right? Like that would be a really cool impact. That would be amazing. So like let the course be coded in with that, but let me as the doer, the action taker, be neutral on it, and that like, oh yeah, I'm just walking to the store to get a newspaper. If this store doesn't have a newspaper, I'm just gonna go walk 2 blocks down and go get a newspaper. Like just neutral, like just going to get a newspaper, right? Like duh, that's part of the, it's already done. It's already done. It's the decision that makes it so. So allow this energetic coding to come through, like magnetize. May the marketing be magnetizing and really come to and call in the people that it can best serve, and knock out all the limiting beliefs about, you know, buying a course like this or being seen as a manifester. All the limiting beliefs about like, well, I don't know if I'm a manifester. There we go. The limiting beliefs there. Yeah. How do we just like mark it so those are gone? Boop. Those are gone. Right? What does our marketing look like? So that it's a connection. Like, oop, oh yeah, I'm a manifester. Yeah, I'd like to manifest. Yeah, I'd like a really simple step part one of happy money budgeting spending plan system that just turns everything to green lights, and ultimately I just, you know, become a conscious millionaire. Right? Like, that'd feel pretty cool. So from marketing all the way to the results. So my intentions would be to create That's not the right word. My intentions would be to empower future conscious millionaires. Conscious light worker. Conscious millionaire seems good. Like conscious, like right, like higher level of conscious people. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so allow the Happy Money course from marketing all the way through to the very end of the impact on the world, right? Allow it to have the impact on higher level consciousness individuals and make them conscious millionaires and let them vibrate out into the world. So may this course create conscious millionaires. May it have the energetic thread from the very beginning marketing, from the very communication, from me putting it together today. Allow it to have this energetic imprint. Like, why not? Who says it can't? You know, I just show up authentically. I just show up as like, okay, ready to receive beacon of light. What does this look like? And just use me as a vessel. I'm here of service. Like, I'm gonna have fun doing it. Like, it is what it is. No apology. Like, this is what I showed up for. This is what I asked for. Universe, blow my mind. And this to me is mind blowing. Like, oh, that's so cool. Like I never could have imagined myself thinking that this is possible, but at the same point, like, I must have somehow, or maybe I never really allowed myself to really think this was possible. Like, old me, like, it's so weird because of all these other experiences that I've had that, like, feel like have lined me up perfectly for this. Like, via Steve Jobs looking back and connecting the dots. Like, looking back, it's like, oh yeah, I've actually done a lot of things to set me up for this to make sense. From, you know, coaching, from being a budget counselor for 13 years, to making YouTube videos for mortgage loan officer, to becoming a Reiki master, to becoming an intuitive coach and being able to, like, energetically read people, and intuition, and then going through my intuition coaching. Like, all that feels like it kind of like, oh, well, this all could be like lined up perfectly. Who better to teach manifestors and light workers and higher level of consciousness people than somebody that's on the path, somebody that's, you know, a few things ahead, saying like, hey guys, it just went through, it's here, this is what it looks like, you can do it, we can all do it, just keep doing your gifts, keep showing up to yeses and what feels good and of service and fun, keep doing that and become a conscious millionaire. Like, why not? And then all those limiting beliefs, like, yeah, I know how to help people with those. That's what I do. So, like, yeah, why not me? I feel poised to be the perfect person for this. And yet, you know, you're humans trying to, like, whatever, you know, like, trying to make it hard, trying to, like, allow or, like, somehow think that people within your sphere of influence are going to be unsupportive or putting limitations on it, energetic limitations on it. Also, sphere of influence putting energetic imprints on it. So what can I do to put a blessing bubble around it, and so that it doesn't have those imprints? So just allowing it for me to be the only thing that energetically imprints it. So how can I energetically imprint it that way? Oh God, that's beautiful. Woo. How can I energetically imprint it with that coding so that it doesn't get coded in with anybody else's limiting beliefs, right? It's only of the highest vibration. So Allow the Happy Money course to, from the very beginning, from this moment all the way to the end of the vibration within the universe, just be coded to attract and find and implement conscious millionaires who continue to make this universe conscious and continue to wake up the planet. Like, what if this could be my contribution? Like, what if this made conscious millionaires? Like, oh my God, like, that's huge. That's impactful. That feels amazing. Like, yeah, it's not about me, like, feeling weird about showing up on camera and having limiting beliefs about whatever. You know, like, oh my God, what if this does create conscious millionaire? What if this does help a few people? Like, yay! You know, what if I get to have fun doing it? And what if we energetically imprint it so that, yeah, it's going to have this amazing vibration through the universe. Like the marketing all the way to its last, like, ounce within the universe, its vibration, just be of, like, ooey gooey goodness and connecting in with higher level misconsciousness beings and really getting, like, the earth kick-started, right? Like, really, like, wow. We just, as a human race, just went through an upgrade, right? Like, what if all the other, like, light workers did their stuff? Like, what if they all showed up and all did their, like, passion project and did it in the way that they were to show up and that's exciting for them, and then they had that vibrational imprint? And what if my course helps them understand to become confident with it? Like, what could I do to be like, oh my God, she's doing it? I could do that. Why not? Right? So why not let this be an inspiration as well? So connect it in with inspiration for the light workers to be like, yeah, she showed up for her passion and something that's fun and lovely. I can do the same thing. Like, she can do it. I can do it. Like, oh, I have this really cool thing that I love teaching people how to do. Yeah. Why don't I start sharing and showing and dimming, or showing my light brightly? Right? Like, yeah. Allow that energetic imprint in there as well too. That inspirational, really kind of like, yeah, wow, this is exactly what I needed. This allowed me to feel comfortable in my finances so that I could do my passion project and my dharma. And then from there, I had an energetic imprint on the world as well. So what if this made conscious millionaires? What if it had just the vibrational match of then allowing other people to do their dharma? So what if by me doing my dharma, it allows other people to do their dharma, and then having that impact on the world? Like, let's code this with that. That feels, it feels like that would be a cool thing to encode in it. And then I just walk forward. Like, I'm going to get the newspaper, just being an energetic neutral match to it. Like, okay, yeah, it's already done. The choice made it so, and cleared the limiting beliefs, and we're now a vibrational match for that. So let it be. Let it have that imprint. Allow me to show up in a way that it really connects in and downloads, and all the people who touch it are just happy and excited about it and want to do it, and it just, like, takes off and makes all these conscious millionaires. And